Welcome to Mana's Potion. My name is Mitchell, but you may call me Mana. Welcome back to Disgaea Nuzlocke. Last time, we went through the lava fields, and we actually did fairly well. We actually got 2 of the 4 maps done. This time, I got plans. First and foremost, Shelby is a lowly rank 0 demon. I plan to change that. The reason why is mostly the reason why these 2 are rank 3. That's for reincarnation purposes. I haven't reincarnated Kyle yet. I intend to. I think he's still, like, good for nothing or something, which actually negatively impacts his stat growth. I think. I would have to double-check the wiki on that one. But more importantly is Shelby, who's rank 0. Now, this could totally be tough, but I am willing to take that risk. The first exam, I don't expect many troubles. She's level 15 and they're all like level 2 and 4. She is a cleric, however, so they could still pose a threat, but I have faith. It's the next one, and especially the third one, because I really don't think I could do the third one with Shelby as she is now, but I think I can do the first 2, which usually for me just kind of involves doing this and calling it good. Point in case, and let them come to her. Working on clerics in here is arguably one of the harder things to do, unless they have magic, in which case you just kind of space them appropriately and call it a day. But in my case, I'm spamming Dark Flash. It's one of the better moves that I got at the moment until she gets, like, bow rank 10? And then she gets an ability that's just way better. Save that single target is really hard to set up. But that's all well and fine, because we got the first one. I knew that was easy. It's the next one that I'm a little worried about, and I'm probably going to abuse spacing. Again, because of the rule, if she dies in here, she dies forever. It doesn't count as, like, GG game over for good. It counts as, I lose Shelby, so I have to be sure to save before actually doing it, because otherwise I have to restart before she gets all this experience. Which could be important, because it'll just hurt more. Next up, the 855. This is the one, again, that I'm most concerned of, because even though they don't have equipment, they have some fairly decent stats. So let's find out, shall we? Now, I will consider the third on one condition. If Shelby just rocks this, and she has, like, next to no damage on her, which I don't see happening, considering, okay, she's not in threat range of petite. But I 100% expect her to get, like, poisoned, and everything will go downhill. Although he does have that status ailment that I don't know what it is. Zombie puke! She didn't get poisoned. Well, lucky me. Expect to see a lot of that. Okay, next one. This one I'm just going to tactically take down one at a time, which is a good strategy to replicate, personally speaking. So if you'd like to do this yourself, I mean, by all means. I'm just showing how you can easily do this, drawing them out one at a time, which I think I've done a couple of times. There's the poison. Well, there was the poison. Shelby's showing off that she's actually pretty good with that bow. Now for the hard one. Actually, I should probably heal up first. 63 attack versus 57 defense. This is why I'm worried about going to 3. And why I'm still probably going to not do that yet. I also may or may not be doing this for the paltry amount of EXP it'll reward me, but that's neither here nor there. Right. 2 more hits on you, and you're as good as gone. So now I'm gonna aim for back. Nothing. You got that weird status ailment, I don't know what it is. Right, that wasn't nearly as awful as I thought it would be. But it wasn't what I would define as easy. And considering that we have to take as few risks as possible, let's not get Shelby killed, shall we? Right. Now that that's out of the way, and my note card dropped, off where I put it. Before we go to the next map, it's kind of important to note that it's difficult for a couple of reasons. More so because my team is limited in number. Actually, believe it or not, when I was streaming Disgaea as like a Nuzlocke proof of concept, I may or may not have wiped on the very next map. Not the one that we can do now. I mean the boss map. So I kind of have a small history and bone to pick with this area. The next map, though, is difficult. Especially in my position. I don't expect things to go well. So if they do, all the better. But let's temper our expectations a little bit. Because, I am more than likely going to suffer a loss, or possibly just straight up lose. I kind of hope I don't lose. But, well, there's only so much I can do. Let's head to the blazing field, though. And hope to God I don't lose. Hey, for future reference, what kind of guy is this Seraph? Future reference? Yeah, I may end up fighting him one day. I'm looking for your pendant. The least you could do is tell me. Well, I guess it's okay. No, it's not. Yeah, Etna's right. No, it's not. Well, Master Lamington, the Seraph, is a very kind person. He loves flowers and poems. Now, wait a second. I only want to hear about his weak points. So you look up to the Seraph? Yes, of course. Is there someone that you look up to? Me? The late king. What? You don't look up to me? Nope. I mean, can you fault her for being blunt? She is a demon, so for her being honest, them's some bonus points. Why, you call yourself a vassal? Yeah, sorta. Someone should teach you some manners. Enough of this! Let's find that pendant! This is why this map is a pain in the butt. Doot doot. So, we got a bunch of these lanterns, and they all have enemy boost plus 50%. We can deal with said enemy boost plus 50% by getting someone over here to throw this damage 20% in here, so then we don't have to worry about it. Then trouble is that the enemy boost plus 50% is in the middle of a damage 20%. However, we have a slight issue with this plan. And that slight issue is we have to get someone to throw someone else over here, and that someone else has to be tanky enough to take these guys while they still have the enemy boost. Otherwise, they die. This is what I was afraid of. And also, we're not able to just block this brick by standing here. Oh no, we have to have somebody standing here as well. Can you guess why this might be a little difficult? None of them are great, but we have to treat them like they have the equivalent of approximately 100 attack. So with that being said, I'm probably not gonna go immediately for the whole, oh. Right, you have over 200 attack, and even with that boost, they have maybe over 80 defense. Huh. Okay, well, our plan can rest for a moment. You don't have to defend, and Shelby, you chill out there, then. They can only attack either Jerry or Kyle, best to my knowledge, they don't have sub-adjacent attacks. They do have team attacks, though. That was surprisingly weak. Okay. Okay. Weird flex. We're gonna do this. I have no doubt in my mind Shelby's not gonna do anything. She got close, though. See if I can... Nope. Jerry's gonna be more likely. See if I can involve her in a team attack. Nope. Well, couldn't fault me for trying. Please don't attack Shelby. Well, this strategy's working. Ow. Let's see if I can get Shelby that level up then. She should be able to. Nice! And beautiful. She's now level 16. That's still more than likely not enough for the next area, especially with just 3 characters. Do note, even though there are a bunch of lanterns, we also have dullahans, and these aren't spirits, so they're not called a ghost. I think they're not called Reaper, though there is an enemy later that is that. This guy respawns, so he's going to be added to the list once I kill him. If I roll him, this place to grind is going to be a pain in my ass. But it'll have to be done. Are you out of range? No, you're not. Well, then come and fight me! Sucker. Shelby might just be able to regular arrow that. And then with that... Oh, yeah. Easily. So... Obviously, this map has a couple of different strategies. You could, provided you had the characters, either throw someone over here to throw this onto here and then poison everybody, or alternatively, throw someone over here to throw someone all the way over here to attack and destroy this, because remember, geo symbols will only change the color of geo panels when they're of different colors. Red broken on red does not change red into red, if that makes sense. Basically, red would not change, because it's already red. And thus getting rid of enemy boost 50%, and then you can hog all the EXP for yourself. We might still be able to actually do this strategy, considering we got rid of the first conga line of doom. That is now what I'm officially going to call it. I am still, however, going to consider using that to make things easier / bullshit my way through this map. Oh god, please tell me you're not in range. You might be in range. I don't know if you have a, ranged attack. Okay, you don't. That's fine. We're actually going to go with the destroy that, because that'll make all the enemies easier to deal with. And by easier, I mean they'll actually be represented by their stats. Good stuff. Right. I did write down a subject to discuss in the event that I was having troubles talking about things. And first and foremost, you ever feel like you've been too perfect and that kind of mars your experience playing games? I say that because recently I've rediscovered Factorio, and it's made me realize I play that game too much to be, like, perfect at it, if that makes sense. Which, not a terrible way to play, if you know what you're doing. I don't. The highest tech I've ever gotten to... Uh-oh. Don't do damage, don't do damage! 8. That might do something. 15. Okay, that's fine. The highest tech level I've gotten in Factorio has always been, like, to railroads and chemical processing, and never further than that. Which, I mean, that is a mix of good and bad. Good in the sense that, like, oh, hey, you know, I played to quite a fair bit, or quite a fair amount, and bad in that, oh, I've only played, like, maybe a third, if that, of the game. And it's because I'm always considering myself with being, like, the best I can be, and the most efficient, and, like, making sure productivity happens. And I'm finding that's kind of really marring the experience. Similarly, it applies to Disgaea Nuzlocke. A lot of the hang-ups I've been having playing this game, actually, involve essentially just, like, wanting to make sure I don't fail. Even though the failures are going to be part of the experience. Because, you know, I've intentionally made it so there's a permadeath system. Of course, failure will be part of the system. And if people have been following recently on my Twitch channel, I've been, for game clearing, because I incentivized it. Lord knows why I incentivized it. Uh-oh. That'll hit the dullahan, too. That's not fun. I have to take him out, like, immediately. The question is, do I do it while incurring the wrath of the other dullahan? Because I think this dullahan is now in range, well, will be in range of Shelby. Actually, if I play my cards right... Heal you first. But anyway, yeah, that's something I've been doing. If you looked at my Factorio file right now, yeah, there's still a lot that's like, okay, I clearly am doing too much to make sure that things work as I want them to, and, like, with as little player input as possible. However, there's also stuff that, like, if an experienced player looked at it, it's like, yeah, no, you still don't quite know what you're doing. You're getting there. But you're still, like, a babby to me. And I kind of want to, like, take that approach as I continue playing. If that at all makes sense. I think it does. Regardless, Shelby's gonna get attacked this turn.
Finish this.
This won't kill, it'll damage. Oh, but it did big numbers. We take big numbers, he'll counter. Oh! His attacks have poison? Uh-oh. I don't like that. I couldn't think of a very good example right this second. Ow. Please do the fire thing. Thank you! Appreciate it. Nicked, but could be poisoned. Wasn't poisoned. Okay. Something else. By the time that this video is released, it'll probably be seen that I've uploaded a VOD or two onto my channel from Twitch. Now, don't panic. There's no reason to panic. I don't know why I'm telling you not to panic. You're probably not panicking. I don't intend to do that, like, all the time. It's like a little bit of an experiment, in part to see if there's any engagement with VODs from my Twitch channel. I'm deep enough in the video, YouTube's not going to get on me for saying Twitch. Unless I'm twitching my finger. But also to just, like, get a more consistent upload schedule. Because as it stands, nice, leveled up to level 20. Kyle is really getting up there in the ranks. He'd actually probably be promoted to rank 4. Maybe. Where was I? Right, it's also to, like, tinker with this idea of uploading more consistently. And I should have faced this back to the wall. Because, let's be frank, I haven't been as, on top of Disgaea Nuzlocke as I maybe should be. And I may or may not be feeling a little guilty about that. And by a little, I mean a lot. So having something to upload is better than nothing in my book. Mostly because I don't want to leave people hanging. And I do feel like I've been doing that a lot. Because there are people that are watching Disgaea Nuzlocke. I don't know how many of them are unique and not rewatches, but I know they exist. And to me, that's kind of all that matters, because I enjoy making this stuff, and I want people to continue to enjoy watching it, even. And if I'm not there to upload, then... I don't know. Somebody's day is a little bit worse, and that upsets me. It might play into a little bit of being that, like, perfect individual bit. I am a very strange individual at the end of the day. And me opening up in a video is, maybe not the best form of therapy? Probably not the best form of therapy. Regardless, we're actually doing quite well on this map. Honestly, I was expecting somebody to be at critical health and Shelby possibly dead. But, nobody's dead. Nobody's at critical health. I mean, Kyle has seen better days, but, like, that's... that's par for the course for Kyle. Actually, I want you to get healed up. Preferably with Mega Heal, so we can start working on that soon. Ooh, actually... we'll keep working on the heal. Make it a bigger AoE. Its strength won't be improved unless Shelby was wielding a staff, and since she's not, that's likely not going to happen. At least not for a while. What are we doing on time? Quite well, actually. Between the promotion exams and this area, I'd say we're fairly close to an actual video length. Satisfactorily, even. There's no way that's close enough. I mean, I can make it close enough. That guy will attack Shelby in turn, unless he wants Kyle's flesh and blood. I doubt that. And it's at this point that I ran out of things to really talk about. Other than things that could possibly date this video. Like Halloween. It's spooky season. Fitting. We have an imp and a lantern. We had dullahans and a reaper dude. You know what? That fits. We also had zombies. This is officially the Halloween episode. Shelby, just fucking do the dark flash. I misordered it! Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Jerry deserves to level up too. Everybody got to level up this map. Good. Got 4,600. Hell. Goodness, that was a little bit easier than I thought. I didn't stomp through it like I thought I would. Or, that I hoped I would. Oh, for God. Right, that's a thing. So you may have noticed that Laharl actually had to get healed there. So it's a mechanic that I am vaguely aware of. If we check Laharl's status, keep in mind that he still has a student, Kyle. Kyle, as Laharl's student, will passively give Laharl bonuses to some of his stats as Kyle gets stronger. This applies to literally anybody that has created characters. So Kyle, having created Jerry, will passively get benefits from Jerry getting stronger, and Jerry, having created Shelby, will passively get stronger as Shelby gets stronger. It's kind of like, I don't fully comprehend how this works. And it's definitely something that, like, if you notice it, you notice it, and if you don't, I mean, obviously it's very apparent that we notice it here, because Laharl is not equipped with anything. I have not been giving him any additional experience points beyond what I did at the start to create the initial 3 characters, and yet we just healed him in the hospital. The kid got stronger, technically. Granted, he's nowhere near Kyle's level of strength, heaven forbid. And, also, he's nowhere near Jerry's level of strength, also heaven forbid, because Jerry is one tanky boy. And he's not anywhere close to Shelby's strength. Granted, he's damn close, because Shelby's a cleric. I was considering, if the video's length wasn't going to be too long, to do a little bit of grinding off screen if that map was incredibly easy. However, the map wasn't incredibly easy. It was middling. Yet it wasn't hard, so I don't think off-screen grinding is necessary. I'll probably have to do a mix of the two, huh? I'll tell you what. My plan to grind is probably going to involve the first map of that area, Molten Core. Yeah, it was called Molten Core. Because that gives the EXP plus 100. geo panels. And because it does that, Shelby, I want to get her to, like, level probably 19 or 20. Basically, everybody should be at 20 or above. More than likely, considering Kyle is the strongest, he's going to get the majority of the experience just by accident. And part of my approach to do that is going to be lowering his attack. Because he has to make it so they're attackable. He almost has an 80 SP, so he can use Wind Cutter, or Wing Slayer. Shit, that costs 90? Alright, part of this might also be giving him an orb to give him additional SP. I'll figure it out. I will most assuredly record at least part of the process. I don't intend to go through and go whole-hogged, like, item world grinding to both get items and experience, which at this point, I might have to consider going into harder items, because if I go into, like, another start at level 1 or level 2, I might drive myself insane, because those are too easy and they don't provide sufficient rewards anymore. Regardless, me mumbling about my plans for the future aside, I think that's gonna do it for this episode of Disgaea Nuzlocke. Now for the ending bit. If you liked the video, consider giving it a like on that like button and leaving a comment. I read those. And if you want to see more content like this, and/or Twitch VODs, and/or possibly more Let's Plays in the future, that's not just like a fun little project of like, let's do a Nuzlocke in Disgaea, then consider subscribing and ringing that bell in the doobly-doo so you don't miss out on videos and get a notification. Provided that I actually upload them instead of transfer them from Twitch. Regardless of my rambling and prattle, remember, you are always welcome here at Mana's Potion. And I will see you next time. Are they gone? I think they're gone. Right. Time to grind on that first map, just over and over again. And then just record once when I'm like level 21. They'll never know the difference. I just get to cut it out. Fuck, am I still recording? God damn it!